Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. All of that fun stuff. How you doing, Mimi?
I'm doing good, and I'm ready to start cooking tomorrow.
Are you? Are you ready for Christmas?
Yes. I'm like ready for it to be done with, basically.
Right? Yeah.
I've been hosting so much holidays. I had the family over like twice, and I hosted Thanksgiving, and I'm just like all this cooking and cooking. I'm next year I don't want to do nothing. I want to go to somebody else's house.
I totally get it. Actually, no, I don't, because I haven't had to, thankfully. I think we're going to my daughter's on Christmas Day, and that was sort of a fun thing to try to figure out, because we were like, okay, what day are we coming over? Are we coming over this day? Are we coming over this day? Sometimes we'll do it on the 23rd, maybe the 24th, maybe the 25th. Like, what day are we coming? And last minute, she's like, yeah, come on Christmas Day. I'm like, okay, yeah, no worries. But I'm actually looking forward to it. Last year we did have Christmas a little early. I think we went to her house on the 23rd.
Mhm.
And or the 23rd or the 24th, I can't remember. Anyway, the next day my son ended up getting kidney stones right on Christmas Day. So we actually ended up spending Christmas Day the whole day in the hospital. And so we're like, okay, nobody move, nobody do anything. And like, we're just, you know what I mean? Don't do this, don't go anywhere, don't get sick, don't breathe. We're just going. This is where we are. Just chill out. Hey, Cliff, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. Good to see you. Welcome to everybody for joining us on this show before Christmas. We unfortunately weren't able to do it on Wednesday, so we decided to do a Friday show, kind of a Christmas special, I guess we could call it. I should have put I should have put Christmas border around or worn a Santa hat or something like that.
Oh, that would have been cute. Yeah.
Yeah. I never really thought about it until actually literally just now. So, but I'm really looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to really being done 2020, 22, 20, whatever. It feels like 2020. I don't know anymore. I'm done. We're good.
I've been forgetting the date. Like, I'm starting to write dates down, and I'm like, what year are we on? I kept forgetting we were in 2022. I swear. I was like, what? I was like, oh my God, it's 2022. And then we're about to enter 2023, and I'm going to be messing up every time I fill something out. I'm going to put the wrong year. It always happens.
Oh, yeah. I've been thinking it's the day ahead for weeks now. So I don't know what is going on with my head, but and I think even the other day I messaged you and said, hey, you want to do a show tomorrow? And it was like Monday.
It was Monday. Yeah. And I was like, wait, it's Tuesday. I said, you want to do a show on Tuesday? And you were like, oh, wait, no.
I've literally been doing this, like, I don't know, for weeks, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe I'm just so excited to be done at the end, like be done this year. So who knows? Who knows where my head is, but we're just leaving it at that. I think it's good. I think it's good. We're on our way out of 2022. And, you know, all we can do is really prepare for 2023 and hope it's all good, knock wood. Right?
Yes.
So, I hope everybody here that is watching is doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I think we'll get right into the readings. Remember, guys, if you do want a personal reading, you can contact Mimi at Mimi's Holistics on TikTok. And she does have her link tree, the link for her private reading. Yeah, on there. If you do want a private reading with me, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. And let's get into it. I think first we're starting off with Jessica.
Okay.
And Jessica, she says, Cameron and I are talking. again, just like Kathy said in my last reading. Yay! He didn't want to address, or just like she said in my last reading, he didn't want to address the issue of miscommunication directly, but he's been open now. Yeah, I really did feel like it was almost like don't confront, like just kind of flow into the conversation. She's looking for a reading for her and Cameron for 2023.
Awesome. So I'm so glad that she confirmed that they're communicating again, because the first thing I got was like the recovery card. Like,
Oh, good.
You're getting past that that whole communication situation that I know was driving you insane. So so recovery, which is a good thing. You're already going through that. I'm also getting there's a trust situation. I'm not really getting not too much from his side, more from you. And this doesn't just have to be about relationship, Jessica. I just feel like they're trying to tell you to trust more of the process and the path that you're on, because you're on the right path. And, when it comes to your career, success, life overall, and with Cameron, just trust that everything is going to fall into place the way it's supposed to. And don't worry and continue to doubt like you were before, because I know you were always worried about moving from your country to the United States, as well as your relationship with Cameron. And every time we do your reading, it's just good things, success. Everything is going good for you, especially in your career. So that's awesome too. So just trust the whole process. And I always get this for you, and I'm going to tell you over and over again, remain positive. Stay positive, Jessica. Stop freaking out. Because they're always reminding you the same thing. I always get this card for you, like, consistently. So stop being a worry wart, and just stay positive. Everything is going to fall into place the way it's meant to be. And I'm not really picking up too much of anything that you need to worry about as of right now. Let me just shuffle for my other deck. Let's see if I get anything else. So from my love deck, this is like more confirmation. Before in my love deck, I have gotten it was like the commitment, like the marriage card for you and Cameron. And the card that came out now is worth waiting for. So no like rushing things or having, pushing things or anything like that. Things are going to fall into place. And, at the end of the day, when you guys do come together, all that wait is going to be worth it. And your love life right now is like a divine timing. Like, things are going into place or falling into place in your love life the way they should. So that's just another confirmation of you and Cameron. And that's all I'm getting for Jessica at this time.
It's really funny because a lot of the things that you said are actually showing up, not only in the energy, but also in the cards. I do feel Jasmine, sorry. Hi, Jasmine. Welcome to the show. I do feel Jessica, sorry. I do feel it's going to be really important to maintain a balance within your mind and emotions. Okay. This is going to be super important for you, because I do feel like the balance card is coming through. So the temperance card, there is going to have to be patience. It is warning you a little bit here not to get caught up in your head. Okay. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. And how that's coming through is actually the 9 of Swords with the 10 of Wands. Okay. So the 10 of Wands is like carrying a burden sometimes that's sometimes just not even yours. And especially with that 9 of Swords, that's kind of saying, get out of your head. Because a lot of times the 9 of Swords really represents trauma within ourselves that we tend to create or make up, or we get, really wound up in something like that. So this is really this is what Spirit is actually saying. What it's also saying here coming through is it's really talking about, I actually love this, 9 of coins. So that I feel like what's happening here, this is very much individual energy, but I feel like this individual energy is basically like, if you do find yourself getting caught up in emotions, start working on yourself, concentrate on yourself. But also here too is the 9 of coins is remembering that you don't need another person to really complete you at all. You have yourself. Okay. Now it makes it sound like what I'm saying is that, there's something negative coming. The only thing negative coming is within yourself. If you create that scenario, okay, because for you and Cameron, what I'm getting here is the 4 of Wands with the Queen of Cups. So this is about mutual love. This is about mutual companionship. This is about, the 4 of Wands can sometimes, be referred to as that marriage card. Okay. The Queen of Cups talks about mutual love. It's also talking about somebody who's tuned into their senses. However, the one warning with the Queen of Cups is that sometimes she can be a bit of a drama queen. So don't allow the drama to come through. And I feel like this is more especially the first part of the year. What I keep getting, and again, it really shows in this temperance, right? Maintain the balance, maintain, don't take things too drastically or personally or anything along that line. It feels like things are going to flow. Okay. And the only unflow that's coming is if you put up like the dam or the barrier, right? Because then you're the one that's not allowing the flow, because you might get caught up in your own mental space is what I'm feeling here. So otherwise for you and Cameron, it feels like things are on the track. I feel like I actually feel something about March. So I don't know if this is actually moving in March or something happening in March. There might be confirmation of something happening in March, but it feels like March sort of sets that tone for moving forward in a really positive way. So even if you feel a little lost within yourself right now, or, going into the first part of the year, I feel like, again, just maintain that level of understanding, maintain that level of just working on yourself, and understand that things are going to really start to flow, especially going into, I want to say like the second quarter of the year and forward. Okay. This could be the year that you're moving into the States. It does feel like, look at this, Ace of Cups coming through, 6 of Wands coming through. Like this is about, mutual love again with that Ace of Cups, but also success and victory with the six of Wands coming in. And it really feels like this is what's happening. Okay. So don't try not to get into a place where you're panicked for any reason, because he truly loves you. I feel like there's going to be more expression coming through, probably fairly soon here. And yeah, I hope that helped. I hope that gave some clarity. It feels like it's going to be a really, really positive year coming in. So I'm just, yeah, I hope that helped. Also, I just wanted to say, Jasmine, can you please make sure that we, thank you so much for your donation. Can you just put down your question in the comment box? And guys, we don't do readings on health. We also don't do readings on any legal issues or anything like that. But, and please put all your names, or your name and anybody else's name that's connected to you, and also your birth sign. That would be fantastic. And yeah, I don't know if Jessica's here. I haven't seen her respond to anything.
No, she didn't. So she's probably, I know there's a time difference where she's at. So.
Okay. All right. Jenny is up next, and thank you so much, Jasmine. We really appreciate it. Cliff, yeah, if we get a second, we will definitely take a look, okay, for you. Jenny's next, and she wants a love reading between her and Chris, and she wants to know his feelings and something about what happened last weekend. I'm trying to figure out what happened last weekend. Where's his head at?
So let me stop shuffling, and I'm gonna tell you because then it interrupts my concentration. Okay, so he basically kind of like shut her out, stopped communication, or like it seems like he was like gung-ho for a distance relationship, knowing that they didn't have a date of when they would ever meet in the future. And then down the line he seemed to change his mind. So now he hasn't been like communicating with her as much and kind of like shutting her out.
Okay. Hi, Aquarius Baddies 87. Thank you so much for joining us. She is in Louisiana. We appreciate you watching. Thank you.
Well, before I shuffle from my love deck, so when it comes to Christopher, Jenny, I'm just not getting too much in regards to him. It just kind of feels like he's just not somebody that you should be putting your energy into as much. I also get that it's that you should listen to your gut feelings, like your intuition. It seems like you know the answer, but like you don't want to accept it, kind of thing. And not just with Christopher, but with other things overall. I'm getting compromise. I don't feel that this is from Christopher. It kind of feels like it may be something else in whatever situation you're in right now, maybe with someone else, or future plans that you have. Kind of like, okay, so sometimes there's things that we don't want to do to get to where we want to be. And it just like feels like there's certain things that you have to go through right now that you really don't feel like or want to do. But in the end, you're still going to, reach that goal that you're wanting to reach. It just feels like, basically balance things out a little bit and kind of like plan things out to where, okay, I want to be here, but I need to do some of these things, and like 2-3 of these things are not something I really want to deal with or go through, but you're going to need to. So I do get that. I still get that you have people that are supportive, that you have a good support system. Again, it's Haley. Like I feel like Haley is a good support system for you. That's her oldest daughter. And there's other people in your life that are very supportive as well. I was pointing to myself when I said that, but you have people that you can lean to, even if it's just a vent, or if you're just needing a hand for anything. I'm like, even though I'm far, but there's little things that I may be able to be there for you, to support you in whatever way that I can. So like you still have that. And I also feel like it's not just, your daughter or myself or whomever. It feels more like even your spirit guides. They know they know what you're wanting to accomplish, and they know your situation. And I feel like they're there and they're supporting you even more during this time. I don't really get too much in regards to Christopher. And I know you want to know something about Christopher. It just, I didn't get any messages, you know, with him, but you know, I can ask, does Christopher still have feelings for Jenny? So, you know, when it comes to him, you know, and you, I still, he has feelings for you. He just knows it's not something that you guys can pursue anytime soon. And there's really like no date at all. So to him, it just feels like he's investing. He doesn't want to invest too much in something that's really not gonna move forward, I guess you can say. Um, that's as much as I'm getting, you know, in regards um to Chris. You know, like he has those feelings. It's not like he's like, oh, forget her and he completely forgot about you and it's done. You know, he has those feelings for you, but it's just the fact of, you know, the reality of things. You know, you really don't know if you're ever going to even get to see him in person. And right now you can't even think of a date or of how you can meet him. So for him, it's kind of like he's here and he can only get to here and he won't be able to get all the way here. You see what I mean? So that's what I do get in regards to Chris. So I hope that's helped.
I get something similar. I don't know. Did you actually say to Christopher, you know, something in regards to this relationship? Because it kind of feels like basically the idea that I'm getting here, is that, to be honest, I feel like he wants more, but he also doesn't want the work for the more. Is I'm getting a lot of that kind of energy coming through, or he doesn't want the weight, or he doesn't, you know, and it might be very similar to what Namie's picking up in regards to you're not exactly sure when you'll get together. To be honest, I really feel like what's going on here is it does feel like a circle. He'll come back, he'll go away, he comes back, he goes away. It feels very much like a circle. The problem with circles is that sometimes, you know, they don't end, right? Or there's not an opportunity for a new beginning, because they're just going around. And you know, it's sort of like those guys that, or people, I should say, that they come into your life and you're ready to go, and you think that the new thing is all ready for you and you're all excited, and then they pull some stunt, and then they disappear again, and then they come back, and it around and around and around and around. And I keep getting that energy um from him, you know, to some degree, and I'm not exactly sure what that's representing. I don't know if that's the scenario between the two of you, but you know, it's interesting, Jenny. I keep getting, and I don't know if you can clarify or if Namie can clarify, I keep getting a lazy energy from this man, not just towards you, but in life, like in general. It is, I don't know what he does for a living, or if he has a job, or if he's, you know, or if he even works a lot or anything like that. Do you know anything, Namie? Because I just keep getting like he does the minimal amount of effort at times.
I don't know what he does for a living, but things that she's told me about the whole on and off, it kind of feels like that. Like he doesn't put too much effort into things.
Yeah. I also feel like he really gets lost in his like there's a lot of overthinking there, and it kind of has that energy of, she says, yeah, he's got a good job. It has that energy of, there's an energy here of him focusing more on the negative than what could be the positive. And I don't feel like this is just with you. I feel like this is sort of a life thing that he's got going on. He doesn't share his feelings when I ask him. Yeah, because I get kind of like this lazy type of energy. And again, it doesn't mean that he doesn't have a job or can do a job or anything like that. It's just a minimal amount of effort in order to move forward. I honestly feel here, Jenny, I feel like even though the communication isn't that great right now, I do feel it's going to pick up again. Probably coming, into this new year here. But at the same time, I feel like you need to really take a look and go, is this something that I want to pursue? I do feel his feelings are there. I do feel that he does really like you. I do feel all of that energy. I don't feel really anything negative except for the fact that I think that if you were there with him, you guys would be in a relationship. And I don't even know, I think I might have even said that before. But because you guys actually, or he has to actually work at it right now because that distance is there. Like, I feel like if you were there, how am I explaining this? I feel like if you guys were in the same place or the same city or whatever, a lot of things would go untouched, like as far as communication, or a lot of things that would just kind of go to the wayside. And I almost feel like you would fall into what I would want to call a pattern, like, okay, are you coming over tonight? Let's watch a movie. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like it, but as soon as you ask something like the hard thing, boom, shut down, or whatever it is. Like it just really gives that type of energy. And that's where I talk about the laziness, because it almost feels like, he would be happy to be in a relationship that he doesn't have to put work into. That's really what I'm getting. And I don't feel like that's just with you. I feel like that's with just, people in general. The minimal amount of effort, right? And so because there is this long distance thing going on, and neither of you really know when you can actually get together. I feel what's happening here is he's, kind of shutting down a bit, because again, it involves effort. He's going to have to speak his feelings. He's going to have to share his emotions, all of this stuff. And this is where he doesn't uh, excel at. And so because of that, he really shuts down, and it makes it very difficult for you. So I do feel him coming back, but I also feel like you're going to have to make a decision, or at some point you'll be making a decision as to whether or not you even want to continue this. And I think we've talked about this in the past before. So she does say, like, I brought up a problem and he avoided it. I think it's because he wants to avoid confrontation. Yeah. And it's really interesting that, being a Pisces that he is, that he's not very deep with himself, because usually Pisces can be quite deep, people, right? And when they become, they can really look, sometimes that deepness is a little bit misconstrued, right? Depending on if they're in touch with that Pisces side, or that, clairvoyant, that intuition side. But it just kind of sounds like he's not ready to really do a lot of confrontation within himself, or even with others. It's like he wants the easy path. And unfortunately, that's not where relationships are. And so I hope that helped, Jenny. I feel like I'm coming around. I feel like I'm coming back, but, and the communication picking up again. But I feel like it's going to be a decision from you as to where or not you want it to go. So I also just wanted to remind everybody, please remember that this is a donation reading channel. So if you have donated, please make sure that we know about it in the comments, just so that we can verify the donation. And all of the reading instructions are going across the screen. So yeah, you can either do it through PayPal or e-transfer. It's crogers5555, so that's 4 5s, @gmail.com. So thank you so much, Jenny. I hope that gave you a bit of clarity. I really do feel the guy likes you. I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with him not being interested or not liking. I just don't know if he's the right one for you as well, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to go into Heather. So Heather is asking about her and Zach. I think she wants to know kind of just what's going on with the relationship. The last time we had talked is that she had sent him, a thing about, oh, he was going away for vacation.
Oh, and that's right. She had to watch the cat and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess he did get a cat sitter or something. So, and there she is. She's here. Good to see you, Heather. Yeah, so she's just kind of wondering what's going on with the feelings. And hi, Will. How's it going? You got your donation. Thank you so much, hon. And Love T, I also see you donated as well. So if you're watching, can you just put your question down below? That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. And Jasmine, I got your donation. Thank you. And I got your question in the queue. So there's a few more in front of you, but we'll be getting to you right away.
Okay, so I wanted to confirm some of the messages that I'm receiving right now. So I wanted to ask before I give you your messages. So when I ask in regards to Z's feelings for you, Heather, I just get a lot of off energy when it comes to feelings from him to you. Let me just make sure that I read what she asked. Okay, so just basically a love reading and okay. And she says she wouldn't be on, or is she on?
She is on, yeah. She's watching.
Okay, so I'm not getting strong feelings when I ask, does he have feelings for Heather? It's just his feelings are off. His energy is off. So I can't really pick up any like romantic feelings from him right now. I think I've gotten this card for you before. I think it was you, Heather, but I get the whole being assertive thing. And I swear I told this to Heather before. I think with the whole cat situation, I did get that you needed to be assertive, and I'm still getting that now. However, I am getting the let go card. And when I ask about that, it's mainly more up to you. I'm not getting a definite yes or no. It's more up to you if this is something that you just want to let go and move forward from. But if you want to continue to pursue it, again, it's up to you as well. Aside from him, I also got other messages for you. So I do get that there's some changes coming forth, positive changes that are going to be coming for you very soon. And I also got the abundance card. So this abundance, abundance can come in so many different levels. It can be financially, it can be relationship, it can be new ideas and plans that you might have had or have. And I'm just getting like positive. There's something positive coming forth for you. Let me get clarification, some more clarification from my other deck. I don't always use this deck, but when I feel that I need to, I do. So okay, so you may or may not want to hear this, but for 2023, I had to confirm these cards that I was getting. So for 2023, I'm getting new love. Z is someone that's a maybe, because at the end of the day, like I said, when I ask about him, you know, the energy that I get is more like a up to you situation. If this is someone that you want to just move on from, you can. If you want to continue to pursue it and, you know, see if you guys can reconcile, then you can too. So we get messages and guidance, but at the end of the day, we also still have choice of free will, right? Did I say that right? Free will choice.
Yeah,
So
personal free will.
yeah, so you know, sometimes we make our own decisions and it may not be what I say or what Kathy says, and you make another decision, right? So what I do get from them, it's basically more up to you. But this new love, I'm getting it like the beginning of 2023. And when I say beginning, I'm getting first 6 months of 2023. So that is what I'm getting for you, Heather, at this time.
So what I got with Zach here, it's a little different from what Namie's picking up, but I do feel that there is right now, he's definitely, it's interesting because I pulled out his energy first. I wanted to see, you know, what his energy in general was, like just in general. And sometimes when people are in a bit of a, I guess, hermit mode or a slouch, it's really hard for them to send out the energy of romance, love, all of that stuff. So it's sometimes hard to pick up on that. What I am getting is like, I'm getting with him the Emperor, I'm getting the Justice card. It's like trying to balance himself out. There's a lot of major, like literally every card in here, the first, like in regards to him, are all major arcana. So when we have that coming through, they're very, it's a very, it's like a very persistent energy, I guess is the best way to say it. When we have the minor arcana, those are sort of maybes. You know, it's not that they're maybes, it's just that they tell more of the story. Whereas the major arcana are more definite, like they're more defined energy. We have the Emperor, we have the Justice, we have the Hermit, the Hangman, and the Strength card. I don't know what the hell this guy's going through right now. But something is going on, and I do feel like this has to do with his own personal strength, his own personal movement forward. There's absolutely nothing in here in regards to romance, and that means like not you or anybody. And I feel like that might be where Namie's picking up on stuff, is like it's just showing a dead sort of energy right now, because I do feel, especially with the Hangman and the Hermit card, these are very much going inside of ourselves and dealing with our own personal issues. And I almost literally feel a depression mode coming from him. So this is what I keep getting, you know, when tapping into his energy. I'm also getting here, we've got the Strength card. So trying to find his own personal strength. And again, a lot of that involves going into ourselves, you know, taking a deep look into what's happening within us. The Emperor coming through. The Emperor can be very dominant in his emotions, and they can also be very, can be a little bit aggressive with himself. And because I'm getting these cards, I feel like there's almost an energy coming through here where he might be beating himself up in like emotionally over something, or going through his own personal tribulations. Okay. And he's being quite hard on himself in some manner. I'm also getting the Justice card. So this really talks about, the Justice is literally the karmic card. Okay. It can really talk about karma. And the interesting thing is Justice doesn't care. Justice doesn't care. A lot of times we want to, you know, we'll look at the Justice card and we'll be like, oh, that's, you know, so if I do this and, you know, or if they did that to me, I can do this to them. Justice doesn't look at it in that way. Justice is like, we don't care if he did A, B, C, or D, or E. if you did this, you're going to receive the karma that you deserve. It doesn't matter whether you did something because you thought that somebody else deserved it or not. Karma doesn't play that way. Karma doesn't sit there and go, oh, well, you ate my Cheerios, so, I'm going to eat an entire loaf of bread. Karma's going to go, you ate an entire loaf of bread, you idiot. So you're going to be dealing with the indigestion that comes from eating a loaf of bread. Like that's how karma works. And I feel like he's receiving some of his own karma at this point in time, because again, it's going into yourself. He's dealing with a lot of his own personal, emotional issues. And because that Emperor is coming up, I actually do feel he might be getting hard on himself at this point in time. And we also know that he's already a loner. So I feel like because of that loner type of energy, he's really going through an emotional battle. Now, when I asked about you and him, I actually did get that he has been thinking of you. The Six of Cups coming in. So this is the Six of Cups to me is actually representing two things. One is that it's really talking about he might be beating himself up or going into this hermit mode because of his own past memories. And again, his own issues that he's got going on. But the Six of Cups is also can represent reconciliation. It can represent somebody longing for another. Okay. I'm also getting the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like right now he is in this period where he is being quite loner and in this hermit mode. And, and especially when we've got the Hangman coming in, this is personal contemplation and really thinking about the next step and what do I want and all of this. To be honest, I kind of feel a little bit of drama king going on here within himself. Like that's really what I'm getting. And it doesn't mean that a man should not be going into himself, but it's almost like, you ever watch those TV shows where something happens and the other person's like, oh, it's all my fault. And you're like, shut the fuck up. Like, just get over it. Like, seriously, like, and you're so sick of everybody. Oh, you know that as soon as something happens, somebody tripped on the sidewalk. Oh, it's my fault. Shut up. Seriously, you know what I mean? It's that type of energy that I keep getting from him. It's like, dude, you know what you need to do? Go do it. Right? And that's what I keep getting from that energy. Now, in regards to the two of you, I get the Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Three of Wands coming through. So I do feel that he's contemplating what type of, does he want a future? Not just with you, but I feel like, again, he's sort of in this drama king type of energy. Am I even good enough for anybody? Am I good enough for this? Can I ever have the type of relationship? There's a lot of drama that I feel is coming through within his energy right now. However, I do feel the energy towards you personally is very positive, especially with the Three of Wands, because he's asking himself, do I see myself in a future relationship? But because I'm asking about you and this is showing up, he's asking, do I see myself in a future relationship with Heather? Can I, there's definitely love here. There's definitely love that's coming through. But I feel like he's placing his personal issues onto relationship issues instead of, like, he's kind of taking all of the crap all at once and throwing it into one big stew and not sorting it out. Okay, so that's where I'm getting his energy currently. I do feel, again, I still feel him coming forward. That hasn't changed. But I do feel that he's getting hit by some of his own personal karma at this point. Now, as far as what Naomi said about, going into, 2023 and like a new love, this, sometimes when we get new love coming through, it can definitely be a new person. And I do feel to keep yourself open. However, sometimes it can also represent this person that we're focused on coming through. Or, snapping out of whatever nonsense is in their head at the moment. Literally, I asked about him. Guess what I'm getting? Two of Cups flew out. So, but also honesty with that Queen of Swords. A lot of communication, a lot of honesty, straight up, communication. I feel if he leaves this be for too much longer, it's not going to have a good outcome for him. Okay, because he knows where he wants to be. He knows what he wants to do. I do feel communication coming through in the next couple of weeks. And it might even be just a Happy New Year or Merry Christmas or something like that. But I feel he's definitely going through his emotions right now. And I definitely do feel that he's thinking about you at this moment. You know, that's what I keep getting. But again, you know, how long does somebody really need to think about somebody before they just take that step forward? And that might be something that you need to ask yourself at this time, right? Like that might be something, you know, do I want to walk away from this, or am I ready to ride the train and see where this goes, right? But at the same time, if that's the choice that you decide to make, you know, you can't, you have to be in this place of accepting the consequences of that. And it doesn't mean the consequences with him, it's within yourself. So I feel like kind of put him on a shelf right now, let him sort out his own crap, and he will be coming through. That's what I keep feeling. In the meantime, focus on you. Focus on your family, focus on the, you know, this holiday season, and maybe perhaps even focusing on the possibility that somebody new could come forward, somebody that's ready to express themselves and you know, be truly open as to this level of relationship that you're seeking. And I remember telling you before too, I mean, he has a very self-absorbed, I guess, type of, like, it's, you know, in his head, there is a lot of my way or the highway type of energy with him, right? And that's something that you may also want to think about, because I do feel in some degrees he is trying to show this. I almost feel like he's expecting that you're going to contact him, to be honest. And I don't feel like that's the best thing to do. I'm just saying. So I hope that helps, Heather. Give it a couple. Again, I do feel the next couple of weeks is where he's probably going to be coming in. And I hope that helped. I hope it gave you a little bit of clarity. We're just going to take a quick break. Are you okay with that before we get into, then we've got Miguel, Jasmine, Love Tea, and Will coming through that we'll be doing readings for. So are you all right with that, Nini?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
All right, perfect. We will be back in just a moment. And you're so welcome, Heather. Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas. I just want to give you a big hug. Thank you. We'll be right back, guys. We'll be back as soon as I find, as soon as we find the right video. Okay, here we go. Hey, we're back. Yay. All right. So we're going to look into Miguel. And Miguel was wanting a general reading. And I believe he wanted to see if there was a change in spirituality or finances.
Okay. Okay, so will there be any changes to his finances? Yes. Positive changes? Yes. I'm also getting to remain positive. So during this time,
I see these cards. Literally, they all just came out, and I can't wait to read them. I'm so excited. Okay, go ahead.
So like during this time, continue to have faith. Have faith, manifest, reach out, be in tune with your spirituality for sure. So try to clear your mind of any like doubts or negative thinking. Because the next message I'm getting is to let go. So let go of anything that is messing with your faith. You do not want to lose your faith. Visualize all like good outcomes. Visualize yourself out of the situation that you're in. Visualize, once your situation improves, visualize what you could be doing, and this could be like, I don't know, visualize a trip, visualize, I don't know, improvements to the house or the property, visualize positive outcomes. So the last thing I'm getting is, well, it's not the last. There's one more thing, but I'm going to let you know. So I'm getting the situation is going to improve. So it's like everything is, all the messages are exactly what you're asking about. So, it's a definite that spirit is saying, hey, we got you. It's going to be okay. It was looking kind of rough, but you're gonna get through it, and we're here.
Right. I'm just gonna say
yes. And so I definitely do get all of that. There's one more thing, maybe Kathy might pick it up and clarify it a little bit. I'm getting something about being assertive, and I've gotten this for Miguel before, but I'm not quite sure what or who exactly he needs to be assertive with or about. Okay. I do get that card. So, in regards to your finances and all your worries and, what messages you're getting, this is the message. Everything that has to do with your current situation, we're going to get past it, and it's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. So that is what I do get.
I think that this might have to do with the assertive, because one of the cards that actually came out was the Tower. And a lot of people freak when they see the Tower, okay? Because the Tower, it looks destructive, right? Like, it looks like a scene from 9/11 or something, but medieval times, right? However, the Tower, especially when followed by positive cards, really does talk about, but even if it's negative cards that are coming out, for me, it's spirit coming through and saying, the Tower always comes in when people are pissing around with their life. I guess is the best way to say it, right? Like, if people are in a shitty relationship, and the Tower comes through, it's like time to let go of the Tower, like let go, move forward, release that. But really what the Tower talks about for me is when I see it, it really talks about a new foundation, because you can't get a new foundation unless you break down the old foundation. You cannot get there. You want a relationship that's going to be strong and productive. Well, you got to get rid of the old shit first, right? Whether that, the person, or whether it's a behavior or whatever. If you want to, quit drinking, you want to, have a more successful whatever, you're going to have to break down the old paradigms first. And that's really what the Tower talks about. And so what the Tower, I feel like, is talking about when it comes to you is really talking about your spirituality. You have to, Miguel, and we've talked about this so many times. And one day I'm going to meet you, and the first thing I'm going to do, besides give you both a hug, is I'm going to give you a good across the head. No, I'm just bugging at you. Not much, but but I feel like you have to break down your old behaviors when it comes to spirituality, and that's where the aggressive has to come through. I feel like the aggression is actually with yourself rather than perhaps with others. Okay. But here's the thing, when we're aggressive with ourselves and we allow ourselves to, again, break down those old paradigms, we are automatically going to get more aggressive. And this doesn't mean violent. We have to understand that. A lot of people hear the word aggressive and they're like, oh, male dominant, blah, blah, whatever. Bullshit. But it's not about that. It's being in that place of when we're aggressive with ourselves. It's like we're aggressive in quitting drinking. We're aggressive in quitting smoking. We're aggressive in quitting, the nonsense that's holding us back. And I say nonsense because really, a lot of it is within our mind. We say, I can't do this. Well, you sure shit can, but you have to be aggressive about it. You have to be telling yourself, the positive things, like Nami was talking about, staying positive rather than, slipping into a cycle of spiraling downward. You have to spiral upward. And so, and speaking of spiraling upwards, it's like, for me, it reminded me of water spout, and that's where we get this Palace of Cups coming through. Because the Palace of Cups really talks about emotions. And I feel like for you on a spiritual level, there's a lot of emotions that you haven't quite touched the surface of yet. And it feels like it's time to do so. If there's old past hurts, if there's old past disappointments, I feel like it's okay to, take a look at them. And it doesn't mean to get trapped in the spider web of again, going down a emotional tunnel. It's basically saying, look at, I've dealt with this. Look at how strong I am. Look at where I am now. Look at my beautiful family. Look at my beautiful friend. All of it, boom, 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 boom. And you're spiraling up like a water spout going up rather than a wind tunnel being pulled down, right? And that's what I keep feeling is up, 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 up. And not to get trapped in the negative emotions of past stuff. But through that, and by being aggressive in doing so, what's really going to happen is you're going to start really noticing a change in your spiritual lessons, I guess is the best way to say it. And I feel like Spirit's been kind of tapping you on the head for a while now. And we've talked about this before. And Spirit's like, okay, stop. You know what? It's time to go higher. It's time to go higher. I want to look into your finances now. And this is what made me laugh, because I literally cannot make this up. I was like, holy shit. 6 of Wands coming out. So you are going to be successful in finances. Okay. The finances are coming. You're going to at least feel the victory of those finances coming through. 10 of Coins is coming through. So this is somebody, being in a place of financial security, feeling secure within themselves, feeling strong within themselves. The 10 of Coins can actually really represent like that happy family, the financial security, setting stuff aside for the future, setting up your own personal, I guess, abundance, right? And it's funny because it's also very much a Taurus card. But lastly, coming through is the Ace of Coins. So this really talks about abundance, grounding, and grounded energy. And I feel like that might be a little bit of where you're struggling, is the grounded energy as opposed to the spiritual energy. And it's really just finding the balance between the two of them. And I feel that by being aggressive, and when you find yourself, sinking into that hole or whatever, on an emotional basis or a mental basis, it's just a matter of bringing yourself back up to the balance. We don't need to sit there and always, pretend that we're walking on water and that everything is great and, oh goody, this happened, oh yay, positive energy. Like we that would be nonsense for us to do that. We can't do that as people, but it is possible to be in that place of positivity. Like Mamie said, think positive, right? Because when we're sitting there in a place of always negative feelings or trying to bring about, or, always having those negative feelings running in the background, those are what are going to start to play out. So we want to be in this place of positivity, at the very least within our subconscious level to some degree, in order for if and when things happen, that we're not going into, again, that sinkhole. So, yeah, I truly hope that has helped. I hope that gave some clarity, because it's really showing amazing energy coming through for the next little while here. A much stronger financial prosperity is coming through, definitely abundant. And I also feel like too, is when you're in that place of abundance, this might also be a good place to start really tapping into. It doesn't mean that you can't tap into the spirituality part, ahead of time. Of course you can. Sometimes it just helps when we're in a place of security, that it helps open the door a little bit, but we also have to have faith. So if you place the energy that you're already in a place of financial security, you'll see the doors starting to open towards that. I hope that helped. I hope I explained that properly. Yeah. Did that make sense to you?
Yes, it did. And you
Yeah.
kind of answered a couple of things he kept asking me, because he's so stuck on the when you brought up like a lump sum coming, or that financial abundance, like he kept questioning that, wondering if that was still something that was coming forth. So that should have cleared something for him.
Okay, good. Okay, awesome. We're going to go into Jasmine. So Jasmine is a Libra, and she's looking at Edgar, who is a hi, Cinder. Good to see you. I'm going to just put you on the list. Sorry, hon. Give me 1 second here.
Jasmine put her question in the chat, or she sent it to you?
Who, Jasmine?
Yeah, because I don't see it, Jasmine.
Yeah, I think she came through as another. Yeah, Jasmine D.
Okay, and what was her question?
So her question is, just 1 second here.
She's probably on through Facebook, because I don't see it on my end.
Okay. Oh, she might be coming through on the I Want to Believe channel too. That might be why.
Okay.
Okay. Just let me find her. Just 1 second, Jasmine. I'm just, there we are. Okay. So she's a Libra. Edgar is a Gemini. Edgar and I had a fallout. Truth was spoken. We had been in a sexual connection for 4 years. I had to take a stand and tell him I'm a serious woman and I want something serious and I have feelings for him. I would like to know if and where this connection between Edgar and I are really headed. Is it headed towards a committed relationship, like a strong committed relationship?
I get a strong yes in regards to that question. Yeah. So in regards to that question, I do get a yes. Let's get more deep. Ooh. Okay, so I got success. That was the first message I got. So I that to me is just, confirmation in regards to a committed relationship between you and Edgar. Um yeah, so just confirming here. So yeah, that success has to do in regards to what I did get for that committed relationship between you guys. I'm also getting self-healing needs to be involved. Self-healing, this is, any kind of self-trust, self-love. When you're wanting to move forward in a relationship, it's important that we're in a good place so that we can give that same energy to the other person and within the relationship. But aside from that, I don't know if there's any doubt, you're having any kind of doubt, because I do get that you should just trust where things are heading right now, trust the process. um but it also feels like there's a trust issue between the two of you. So I am getting that as well. I don't know if is she on the live, if she can confirm that for us, but I do pick that up as well. Trust was like the one thing that came up right after that success. And like I said, self-healing, super important. I'm also getting that you need to also stay positive within this relationship. It's important that you believe that this relationship can be fruitful, can come forth for you. And like I said, when I ask the question and I'm asking spirit, I do get that there could be commitment between the two of you, but it's also important that you also believe that it can be, and that you stay positive, is what I'm getting for you, is what I'm getting for Jasmine at this time.
So looking at Edgar, I mean, okay, the first three cards that come through, we have the Knight of Wands, we got the Devil, and we got the Seven of Swords. Okay, so I do feel that he really enjoys the sexual relationship with you, and he has really enjoyed it. That does not mean, however, that he doesn't have very strong emotions towards you. I just feel that up until this point, he's sort of kept it as a and it might be where you had picked up on the trust, like, he's sort of kept it in this place of, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is just a friends with benefits, maybe relationship or whatever. However, I do feel the feelings there are very strong. Aquarius Babby 87. I'm not sure if I mentioned to you, this is a donation show, so I don't know if you've donated or not. If you did, I don't see it in the PayPal here. So it is all the information is going across the screen. But yeah, we are on Jasmine right now. The interesting thing though is, now that you have said this to him, Jasmine, now that you've spoken to him and you've said, okay, look at, this is what I want. The first thing I'm actually getting very, very strongly is you're going to have to make sure you stand by that. So no more sexual playing or contact.
You're going to laugh because I was shuffling from my other deck, but I was going to wait till you finished.
Yeah. Like, you can't, because here's the thing, right? If you say, this is what I want, but then we backtrack, it's not going to, give you the benefit of what you want. So you're going to have to stay very firm in that, right? I do feel he may try to, entice you, sexually or whatever, but you're going to have to stay strong. Here's the interesting thing, though, is that by doing so, this is what actually brings about this relationship. I do feel that there is this romantic committed relationship between the two of you that can happen, and that I feel will happen. And Aquarius baddie, no worries at all. You're not interrupting at all. It's just, this is how we do the readings, and we really appreciate you being here. And we, we would love to read for you one day. But I don't know when you guys actually spoke last, but I do feel that he is in this place of decision making. Now, I want to just verify here, when we talk about decision making, this isn't decision making as, do I stay or do I go? It's like, how much of a commitment can I give at this point? And, because I do feel that there is some blending with his own personal life at the same time. But for me, what it's saying is that he wants to take that step forward. Okay. He's choosing the path of taking that step forward. I feel like there's a lot of energy, again, balancing out. Again, we've getting the Judgment card coming through. And when the Judgment card comes through, this is like the, it's the decision time. It's like standing at the pearly gates kind of decision time and going, okay, what am I doing? Where am I going? I got to make a judgment. I got to make a judgment call. I've got to really look deep into myself. And I do feel him wanting that relationship and moving forward, especially with the Three of Cups and the Chariot here, or the Justice card, I should say. But what I'm also getting, he's highly attracted to you. And it's not just on a sexual basis. He's highly attracted to you, on all levels. I feel like for him is that things were in a flow. And a lot of people don't realize, right? If things are in a flow, that they're going to stay in a flow. I mean, if somebody's getting the milk for free, why buy the cow? It's, it goes back to that old expression, right? So until the point that he's actually confronted with having to make a purchase, he's just going to go with the flow of everything. And now you're making him make a decision. But again, it's going to be really, really important for you to stick with that decision. If you're telling him you're serious, except not this weekend, or maybe next weekend, or when you call me at 3 a.m, or, what I mean? Like, you're going to have to stick to that decision. And I feel through this process, I do feel a committed relationship. I do feel there's going to be maybe perhaps a little bit of quiet time between now and, I want to say, maybe about the middle of about January. It could be less time than that. It could be, it could be right away where he comes forward. It could take him a little bit. Don't panic. Don't panic within your energy. Don't panic. Especially, you don't need to contact him and say blah, or anything like that. Just be calm. Just be calm. Take a step back. Focus on you. And I feel like you're going to see him coming forth. Now, again, I'm going to give you that warning that he may try to still pursue that sexual relationship, right? And see where you go with that. Is she going to give, is she going to, give me what I'm asking for? Right? And that's where it's going to be important for you to not give in. And then through that is that next step. It's that coming forth, that next step forward is where he's, because I feel like he's already there. I feel like he's already there, where he does want this committed relationship with you. I feel there is, when we're so used to doing something one way, it's really hard to sometimes change our thinking to another way. But I do feel he's ready to make that step forward. So I hope that helped, Jasmine. I hope that gave you some sense of clarity, because I do feel this turning into a committed relationship for the both of you. You know what? You both really care about each other. You both really bond together. You guys have great communication is what it feels like. I feel like this moving forward. So I hope that helped. And
kind of picking up what you were saying, and what I had said too, that self-healing was important. So I shuffled from another deck to get clarification on your message. And again, the self-love, put yourself first and make sure that there is self-respect and that he sees that you have self-respect for yourself.
Right, that's exactly it. Yeah, because that's going to bring about a lot of the energy that you're looking for.
Yeah.
100%. I totally agree. Aquarius Batty, it's, you know what? We are just thrilled when people watch our channel, when people are here, when they're commenting, even if you're not getting a reading. You know
Yeah.
what? We appreciate you being here. So thank you so very much. And we're so glad that you subscribed. Thank you. And we are, well, we do try to be on every Wednesday, but we try to make it one day throughout the week at some point throughout the week. But again, we really appreciate you being here. So thank you so much. Love Tea is next, but I don't believe that Love Tea actually gave us a question. So Love Tea, if you're watching, if you can put a question down, we'll give you a couple minutes. I think I have a general idea of what it is that you're going to be asking. But what we'll do is we'll go to Will and we'll just give you a few minutes to I can't talk. I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. So whoopsie. We'll get a look into Will here. I'm just going to find his question. Oh, her name's under Loves. Okay, thank you. No worries. I'll find you. Just give me a second here. I'll just find your question. She did post. Okay. So she's asking, she's an Aries, and she says, can I get a love read on Ricardo's thoughts, feelings, or actions towards me? Has there been any contact between you and Ricardo? Lefty? Sorry.
Sorry, I have to shuffle again because I was previously trying to get something for Will, but now we
Sorry.
we got it, Levity. No problems.
Yeah, and has there been any contact, or has there been any movement here within the relationship at all? No. Okay.
Okay. So if you have a specific yes or no question, Levity, you can ask me, because I'm not really getting too much messages in regards to you and Ricardo. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and put it and I'll ask. But in the meantime, I'm gonna give you, what I'm getting. So I'm getting abundance. I'm getting the abundance card. And abundance can be in so many ways, like I've said before, it could be financially.
Literally. Look at
that's abundance. What yeah, so I got the abundance. Definitely.
She's saying, should I just move on from him or
move on from Ricardo? Yeah, I do get a yes. And when I asked about his feelings about you and in the beginning, I just kept getting like this off energy from him. So I do get a yes for that question. Unfortunately, it may not be something you want to hear, but so the other messages that I'm getting, and it kind of, after what I just answered for you, this is like the perfect time to do this, to work on yourself, self-heal. This is a moment for you to not just, in regards to love, just self-healing within yourself, like time to take time out to clear your mind, and try to put your energy on other things right now. So enjoying something that you love to do it, whether it's watching a movie or a series or an activity that you like to do or hang out with friends. I've been thinking about it for some weeks, so I'm not as upset as I thought I would be. Oh, okay. So I do get that this is the time for you to go through that healing. I'm also getting that you don't really have to be worrying about anything coming forth. It just feels like this is what's meant to be right now, that it should be about you right now, working on yourself and focusing on yourself, and all that energy that you were putting towards this person, that which I'm getting that is not really meant to be in your life. All that energy you could be putting on yourself. So, Levity, I'm asking in regards to new love for you. If you do decide to move on, I do get new love for you. Is this new love going to be Ricardo? No. So I do get new love. Is this new love coming forth for Levity for 6 months of 2023? So it's going to be the first half of 2023 is what I'm getting. So like I said, girl, take this time like it's the holidays. Enjoy it. Clear your mind of all that yucky negative energy and people that are not even putting that energy towards you. Focus on yourself, work on yourself, have fun, enjoy the holidays, and no need to worry because everything's going to be fine. And 2023 feels like it's going to be a good year for you.
So Jasmine's just posting. She said she was back. Your reading is actually just before Love Tease. Okay, so if you rewind back, there was probably a rewind it back about 10 minutes or so, and you'll see your reading coming up in that area there. Okay, Love Tease. So I still get here. I feel like there's going to be a big conversation coming through. Okay, with Ricardo.
It literally says heart-to-heart conversation.
Yeah. I kind of feel like this is where you're not holding back anymore. You're just letting it go. Like you're just coming through. And it's funny because the Emperor is a very it's the Aries card, but it's also, again, to some degree aggressive. It's taking charge of your life. I'm not waiting around for you and your nonsense anymore. I'm taking the reins. I'm moving forward. There's a lot more self-love that's coming through here for you over the next few months. I do feel that there's a possibility of somebody new coming in, but I don't even, the weird thing is I don't even feel like you need a lot of healing. Usually I'll say to people, look, I feel like you got to heal or whatever it is, if I'm feeling it. And I'm not even getting that really for you. It's kind of like just literally I'm getting this.
Have fun, focus on yourself type of thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of almost getting this visual image where, if you set a garbage can on fire, you just walk over to a bigger garbage can and dump it and close the lid and it burns itself out. Like, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you're taking charge. Like, you pick it up, okay, we're done. It's that type of energy. I do feel he's going to make a trip around again. You know what I mean? That Knight of Wands. And I feel like that's where that conversation comes through, because with this Knight of Wands, this is very in and out type of energy. It's somebody who's, I mean, the thing is, they've got lots of passion. They've got lots of energy. They really care, but they're not settling. And I feel like the thing is he's got all of the qualities to settle. He does. He has that ability to do so. It's not like, he's a child. But here's the thing, Page of Wands coming through. He acts like a child. He's acting like a child, right? And, this is where it is. And you're past that, to be honest. Like, you are past that. It's really funny how much Aries energy I'm really pulling up for you as well. But but it is showing here 3 of Wands. Like, this is where you're just taking charge of yourself. You're just moving forward. You're kind of doing what's best for you. I feel like you've already been in that energy. Like, you're sort of letting it go. And I feel like there is a part of you that's just like, okay, well, if you appear again, you appear again. No big deal, whatever. But you're doing this under my you know, how I want it to be, not your nonsense, right? There's something new coming forward to you, definitely. It's really interesting because I'm looking at these cards, and the first thing I feel is this is his energy, 10 of Wands, and this is really showing somebody who's I screwed up. I mean, this is like a burden on the shoulder, but when I'm looking at the card, it's like I screwed up. And I feel like he's going to know exactly what it is that he lost. But again, it's going to be up to him. Are you going to step up, or are you going to, you know, hide? Like, that's his choice to do. But in the same degree, here you are moving forward. Look at this abundance coming through, grounding coming through, amazing energy coming through. I feel like he's still definitely thinking about you. I feel like he does think about you. I actually feel like you're on his mind a lot, but you know what? You're really living rent free in his head right now. Good for you. You know, but he's the one that has to do something about it, right? Just sitting there thinking about somebody, well, you know, that's like, it's immature energy. And it's time for him to step up, or just literally step out of the way. And I feel like you're the one that's going to be, okay, just step out of the way, because I'm looking for a man, not a man child. That's really what it's coming down to. And she goes, yeah, settling has been the biggest issue, and I'm over it. Yeah, I don't blame you. I would be over it too at this point. You know, the thing is that when you look into his energy, all of the energy is there for him to, you know, step up, to be that man that he could be. It's definitely, you know, presenting itself, right? He thinks of you very highly, especially with this Queen of Wands. Man, you're getting a lot of Wands energy, which is, you know, the fire signs, right? But here's the thing, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, you know, he's in this place, and this is his energy. He's not mature. He's not maturing. He's acting like a little kid. He's sneaking, not, when I say sneaking around, it doesn't mean he's sneaking around with like other people or anything like that. But what this is that 7 of Swords, it's like, okay, well, I'll come back when she's not in a bad mood. I don't want to talk about it right now. It's that, you know, it's that type of energy is what I'm getting. And that's really showing a lack of maturity. However, again, going into the next year, I feel stronger things coming, because you're going to be in a much stronger place within yourself as well. And I think that's going to really bring about the difference within this relationship, or within yourself and a relationship is what I mean. So I hope that helps, Love Tea. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. Not really losing my voice. I think I'm just talking too much. So we'll go to Will, and Will was saying that he's got a lot of chaos going on, work, wrestling, you know, things like that. He wants to know exactly what's going on, like, why is all of this happening? And you're so welcome, Lefty. Thank you so much. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, all of that.
He says there's a lot of chaos, but I feel like, you know, sometimes we go through rough patches because there's something great coming after. Mm-hmm. And there's like reasons why we go through certain struggles in life. Because I'm just getting success when it comes to Will. I'm getting there's good things coming forth for you. And so try not to allow that chaos to, you know, get in your mind too much. So like don't get into that negative thinking or worrying so much, because I definitely get this um positive things coming through for you. um I'm also getting that you may need to balance things out, and maybe a little bit of compromising as well. So, you know, try to find the balance in everything right now with you. And oh, he says he's here. so so yeah, like I do get that. I do get that there's, you know, how can I say this? Like balance, you know, what's important and what's not important right now. You know, is this really affecting me right now? Let's put this here, and then the good stuff right here, and, you know, even it all out. And like I said, I'm getting success and I'm getting recovery. So, you know, whatever chaos, rough patch you're dealing with right now, it's gonna dissipate. you're you're not even gonna remember what the hell happened. It doesn't even matter, because there's something good coming forth for you. And it feels like Kathy's picking up the same thing. So go ahead, Kathy.
First thing that came through, Ace of Swords, clarity. I feel like the chaos is to bring you clarity. And, you know, here's the thing. Spirit really loves to test us. It tests our faith, right? It tests us as to what it is that we need. Or just today at work, I'm a hard worker, but I took it easy today. Okay. So what spirit will do is sometimes, you know, it was exactly as Naomi was saying, when we're ready to take that step forward to something, sometimes spirit will bring us a test and say, okay, look it, are you really ready for it? Right. But
Yeah.
also with that Ace of Swords, this is really spiritual clarity. It's clarity. Like, I mean, it really talks about the crown chakra. Okay. So this is very much a crown chakra card where all of that energy is, you know, coming through the crown chakra. I feel like what spirit is asking you is, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the chaos, or are you focusing on the gratitude? Maybe some of the things that are chaotic are actually things that need to be removed. It doesn't mean that you need to remove wrestling, but what element of it? It's time. Like sometimes this clarity comes through by breakdown, right? Not you having a breakdown, but breaking down the situation. Because it's sort of like, you know, what I had mentioned before. Sometimes people will take all of the elements and they throw them into a big fucking pot and they're like stirring it up and going, I'm having a shitty day. And you're like, okay, well, what really is shitty about it? Well, I spilled my coffee. Okay. And well, and then I tripped on something. Okay. Well, I had this raise, but then I stubbed my toe. It's like, but what they're doing is they're focusing in on the nonsense that they don't need to focus on. So it's like, break it down, because they didn't need to focus on the coffee or the stubbing the toe or tripping. What they should be focusing on is the gratitude of receiving that raise. And I feel like you need to sometimes break it down, or there's things that spirit is coming through for and saying, okay, I got to let go of this. I got to let go of that. And it doesn't mean to let go of, you know, wrestling or the job or a particular person. It's like, what was the focus point of the chaos? Did you create it, or was it created? And I've been trying to stay positive and have faith, all of that, it is working out. And that's, I mean,
Yeah.
so besides, you know, when after the Ace of Swords came through, holy shit, Will, like I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, what the hell is happening here? Because you're saying that all of this chaos is happening, and yet the cards and the energy that's being received is like it might be really on this precipice of switch. And I know we've been talking about this, but again, you've got to let the switch happen. We can't have that switch happen unless we're ready to actually flick the switch and let it happen, or let it, be created in some way. King of Pentacles coming through. This is again the Taurus card that's being presented here. I really feel like this is, this is you. Like what Spirit is saying is that we're giving you the clarity with that Ace of Swords. We're bringing you the clarity in order to take that next step further, to become this King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the person, he has gone through chaos. He has gone through chaos, because the King of Pentacles didn't start off as like a king. He wasn't born into kingdom, and when I always look at the King of Pentacles, he reminds me of the person that, he started off as like the dishwasher, and then moved up to this, and then moved up to that, and moved up to this, and moved up, because he did it all through hard work. He's been through all of the kings, right? He's had to be the strategic king of the King of Swords. He's had to be the loving king of the King of Cups. He's had to be, the I'm like getting lost in my kings here. But you know what I'm saying is that he has worked his way up. He's, that nursery rhyme, I'm the king of the castle. That's the King of the Pentacles, right? He is that king. The other things that are coming through here is we've got the Ace of Coins. Again, this is another Taurus card coming through, another earth sign. This talks about abundance, grounding. And it kind of feels like, don't get lost in the chaos. It's time to get lost, to stay grounded, to stay focused on what it is. And I love to hear that you say this. You said, I'm being grateful for all of the things in my life each and every day. Excellent. And sometimes, it's even if you write them down, write down 10 things, 10 new things every day. Focus on those, right? And you won't notice. We got to remember that the higher our vibration is, we don't notice the negative things, but also negative things can't come forward towards us, right? Because it doesn't mean that we're not going to have negativity. I want to clarify that. It just means that for the person whose higher vibration is there, they might trip on a sidewalk and not think anything of it. That's just a part of life. You're walking down the street, you trip on a piece of sidewalk, whatever. The negative person will trip on that same sidewalk and it's ruined their day. Their whole day is fucked up because of this, and that's the difference, right? And so you want to stay in that higher realm. Look at this, 4 of Wands and the Lovers. I cannot make this shit up. Holy crap. So I don't know if there's a relationship that you've been dealing with. Maybe you think that's part of the chaos, but I feel like just be in this place of knowing exactly what it is that you want and what it is that you're striving for. Okay. And then just let the rest of the nonsense. If someone's creating drama in your life, you don't need that drama. Just look at it as go, okay, that's your drama. It's not my drama. My thing is over here. Right. You keep your drama to yourself, right? And you don't even need to say it again. It's just about raising your vibration. It's really funny. Sometimes when we raise our vibration up, or we don't focus in on it, it's funny how things clear up on their own and we haven't had to do a damn thing about it. We're just like, it's kind of like there could be people fighting, and if you're not paying attention to it, you're not paying attention. You're not part of that energy, right? So you can see happy skies and, I don't know, balloon animals or something on this side. But if you look over here, you're going to see chaos, so it's really just a matter of where your focus is. And if you're not focusing in on the chaos that somebody else is trying to create, because I do feel like there's external energy going on, and don't pay attention to it, focus in on you. And this is what I keep getting. I actually feel all of this chaos being cleared up within the next week or so. I know you want to hear that it's going to be done like tonight. I don't feel like it will be, but again, the less that you focus in on it, the less it's really going to affect you. But I do feel there's a clearing up within the next week or so. All right. Week to 2 weeks is what I'm getting. So I hope that that helped well. And I really feel like this stuff is coming to you so that you can release it and just move forward. That's what I keep getting. And I hope that that helped. Jasmine, you are so very welcome, she says. Thank you for the beautiful reading. You really confirmed I'm doing a good job and doing the self-love work, sending you both blessings, positivity, abundance. Aw, happy holidays to you too. We truly appreciate you being here, you watching, and again, to everybody that's on the channel watching with us tonight. We're going to do our last reading for the day. Actually, I just wanted to, Cliff did ask us a quick question. So before we go into Cinder, I just wanted to, we don't need to get into anything too deep with Cliff because it was something that, but he was asking about some tests for February, and are they, like, is he going to be okay, I think?
A test?
I think it's like a health test type of thing.
Okay.
4 tests.
I do get that it's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting it's going to be okay.
I kept getting that too. I feel like there might be a change that has to happen somewhere. You know, it could be within your regimen or your diet or something along that line. We don't really do health questions on the show, but this is what I do get for you, Cliff. You know, there might be a recommendation of you need to, you know, XYZ. But I feel in general, everything is going to be fine. So I hope that that helped. Let's go into our last reading of the night, which is Cinder. And the Cinder is asking about, I think, just give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure I have her. Outlook for personal business growth, perhaps partnerships, finance, like basically just a general outlook for her.
What was her name? Cinder?
Yeah.
So the first message I got is to remain positive. So it just feels like there's financial abundance coming forth for you. I also get success within the business. Yeah, so I'm just getting good, you know, success, financial abundance, definitely coming through for you. And to confirm more of that, I'm getting the big happy changes card, and that's always an amazing card. So there's positive growth, good growth, and changes coming forth for you now, and all positive. However, there's one thing that I am getting for you, and it's the forgiveness card. So I'm not sure if this could be within a relationship, family member, friend, maybe business partner. I'm not quite sure, but I am picking up forgiveness for you as well. So if there's something that you need to clarify with someone in order to move forward in a positive way, or, you know, maybe letting go of something that may be holding you back, right now would be, a good time to do that and try to let go of anything that's no longer serving you. So that is what I get in regards to financial business. I'm just getting good positive energy.
Interesting enough, I'm actually getting two of the cards that flew out. I actually really love this. So we're going to start off with this. Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. I do feel the new relationship coming your way, Cinder.
Ooh.
When I say new, it doesn't need to be a new person. I feel like it could be a renewal of energy of some sort. Look at this mutual love coming through. Queen of Cups is coming in. Like really strong, cards here in regards to relationships. So I do feel 2023 is going to be, a much stronger within the relationship energy. I mean, this actually could be like a committed relationship. This could be a marriage coming through, or, a common law, if that's what you want, whatever it is. Eight of Wands coming through. So this is interesting because I feel like a lot of this is going to be quick. And it doesn't mean tomorrow. Okay. So whenever we talk about quick, it doesn't mean like, overnight. It can, but I do feel, I like what she says. I'm hopeful for this, but no person in my view currently. That's okay. Because somebody's coming in. Okay. You have to just, I do feel this Seven of Coins though, and I feel like this has a play in there, is it kind of feels like throw out the energy of what it is that you want to have happen. Okay. I do feel this, or what it is that you're looking for. The Seven of Coins is always planting the seeds and allowing that energy to produce itself, right? So it's not like, when people are looking around for, let's say, people will say, I'm looking for a relationship. They actually literally start looking for the relationship, and they can start seeing a relationship in people that they're not supposed to be having that relationship with. But what I am getting is by planting those coins, you're going to start really seeing that relationship appear towards, itself. She says, I'm not getting any younger. I mean, none of us are, honey. I totally get it. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is going to happen on a very natural way, especially with this Pentacles type of energy. We're actually closed now. You guys, we will be here. I think we're going to be here next week before New Year's. I believe so. Yeah, I think we'll do it. We will do a show next week. Unfortunately, I do have some running around, and I still have some Christmas stuff I've got to finish, so I can't stay for too long tonight. But we have this Knight of Coins coming in, Cinder. And I love this card because when you say what you just said, like, I'm not getting any younger, is this person going to show up? All of this stuff. The Knight of Coins is slow and steady energy. And it's beautiful energy because it's somebody that's taking their time, somebody that's serious, somebody that, is there because they want to be there. It's somebody who can see the future, but they're not rushing in on fake energy or false energy. And a lot of times when we, especially even as we get older, or we get to a place where we think, is this ever going to happen? Sometimes we're ready to jump on that first relationship that presents itself for the person. And what this is really saying to you is just take your time. This person is going to appear how they're supposed to appear. They're going to be, strong. I feel like, especially with this Emperor card, again, I don't know, the Emperor really wants to present itself tonight, because it's like, I feel like it's just telling people, take charge of your own lives, like really be in this place of, taking those steps forward, doing what it is that you need to do to create and better your own life. But I feel this energy coming in. I'm literally hearing in my head, this could be around March. Look at this. I cannot make this up, Cinder. 10 of Coins coming through. So, but also, because you were talking about finances, right? Finances. And the 10 of Coins coming through is a beautiful energy. The 10 of Coins actually represents, individual wealth. It represents a happy family, being in this place where you're feeling security. It can mean an increase in business. It can mean an increase in your, own financial stability. All of this literally cannot make this shit up. Four of Wands is coming through. King of Coins is coming through. I feel like this next year, I do feel like you're going to have to, January might be a little bit, ugh, I'm not going to lie, but I feel like this is that opportune time to really kind of, set your business plans, set your goals. That Seven of Pentacles coming through, planting those coins. And, oh, okay. So Cliff was saying it wasn't about health, but no, I was just, no, there's nothing to worry about. I don't feel there's anything to worry about.
I got good. Everything's good. So no worries there.
Yeah, everything's good. I thought it was about health. I thought you were saying something about tests in February. So I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm not getting anything. I do feel there might be a change of diet that you want to take a look at, or, something like that. But otherwise, Cliff, you're good to go. You're good. But Cinder, I hope that helps, because it does feel like there is this abundance that is going to be working its way through. Again, January might be a little bit, and it doesn't mean that January is going to be negative. I'm just saying, what you're wanting may not completely appear at that point. Although I do feel a start in the finances happening fairly soon. And I actually feel that around the second week of January. Around the second week is what I feel coming through. So I hope that helped. Cliff, don't panic. There's nothing to panic about. You're doing good. Generally, I feel things are going to get better, or get really, like, they're going to be good for you. Let's just say that in 2023, you're going to be okay. And I don't know if you're planning on buying a new bike, but I literally just heard that in my head. So that might be coming through as well. I'm not sure. Cinder, you're so very welcome. Merry Christmas, hun. And guys, if you do want a personal reading, you can reach out to Namie at Mimi's Holistics on TikTok. You can get a personal reading with me over at oracleintuitions.com. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Everybody, Merry Christmas. Have an amazing holiday season. We'll see you next week. Take care. Give your loved ones a big hug, and enjoy this holiday season. Thanks for everything. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.